Fairy tales, magical stories, timeless classics. We all grew up with them. These enchanting narratives transport us to fantastical worlds. They feature princesses and paupers, talking animals and magical spells. However, beneath the surface of these beloved tales lies a dark and often disturbing truth. The original versions were far from child-friendly, filled with violence, cruelty, and unsettling themes. These stories were not just bedtime stories meant to lull children to sleep. They served a much darker purpose. They reflected the harsh realities of life in the times they were created. These tales were cautionary warnings for children. They provided a glimpse into the dangers of the world outside their homes. The sanitized versions we know today are a product of centuries of retellings. They have been softened for modern audiences. The brothers Grimm played a significant role in this transformation. They collected and recorded many oral tales. However, they also made significant alterations. Despite these revisions, traces of the original darkness still linger. Consider the wicked stepmother in Cinderella. Think about the wolf devouring Little Red Riding Hood. These remnants hint at their much more sinister beginnings. Many fairy tales originated in oral traditions. They were passed down through generations long before being written down. These stories evolved over time. They absorbed the fears, beliefs, and customs of the cultures from which they sprung. For example, the fear of wolves, a common antagonist in fairy tales, stemmed from the very real danger these animals posed to villagers and livestock. Similarly, tales of witches and sorcerers reflected the belief in magic and the supernatural that permeated society. These stories served as warnings against the dangers lurking in the shadows, both real and imagined. These tales, while rooted in darkness, also offered a glimmer of hope. They often featured themes of good versus evil. They showed that even the most vulnerable could overcome adversity. This provided solace and encouragement in a world where survival was often uncertain. Let's delve into the chilling backstories of some well-known fairy tales. Cinderella's gruesome justice. The Cinderella we know is a tale of kindness and forgiveness. Her stepsisters are cruel but ultimately face no real consequences. In the original tale, however, the stepsisters' wickedness knows no bounds. They mutilate their feet to fit into the glass slipper. The prince discovers their deceit. In a gruesome act of retribution, the stepsisters are punished by having their eyes pecked out by birds. Little Red Riding Hood's blood-soaked path. The story of Little Red Riding Hood is a cautionary tale about the dangers of disobeying your parents. The original versions are even more disturbing. In some variations, both Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother are devoured by the wolf. The story ends there, a stark reminder of the unforgiving nature of the world. Hansel and Gretel's cannibalistic encounter. Hansel and Gretel's encounter with a witch who lives in a gingerbread house is the stuff of nightmares. In the original story, the witch is a cannibal. She fattens Hansel up to eat him. Gretel ultimately outwits the witch and pushes her into the oven, but the cannibalistic element adds a chilling layer of horror to the tale. These dark and violent themes were not gratuitous. They served as a reflection of the harsh realities of the time. Life in medieval and early modern Europe was fraught with danger. Famine, disease, and war were constant threats. Child mortality rates were staggering. Fairy tales, with their gruesome endings and moral lessons, served as a way to prepare children for the harsh realities of life. They taught them about the dangers of the world and the importance of obedience, cunning, and resilience. They provided a framework for understanding the complexities of good and evil, justice and injustice. These stories also reflected societal norms and values. The often grim fate of disobedient children reinforced the importance of respecting authority. The emphasis on beauty, particularly for female characters, highlighted the societal pressures and expectations of the time. Taming the tales from Grimm to Grimm. Fairy tales transitioned from oral traditions to written stories. They became more about entertainment and moral instruction. The brothers Grimm played a significant role in this transformation. They toned down the violence and added moral lessons. Disney shaped our modern understanding of these stories. The enduring power of storytelling. Despite these transformations, the enduring appeal of fairy tales lies in their ability to tap into our deepest fears and desires. They speak to the human condition in a way that transcends time and culture. They explore universal themes of love, loss, good versus evil, and the struggle for happiness. These stories, even in their sanitized versions, continue to resonate with audiences of all ages. They offer escape, adventure, and a sense of wonder. They provide moral guidance and teach valuable life lessons about courage, kindness, and perseverance. The dark origins of fairy tales, far from diminishing their power, add a layer of complexity and intrigue. They remind us that these stories, at their core, are reflections of ourselves. They mirror our hopes and fears, our capacity for both good and evil, and our eternal search for meaning in a sometimes chaotic world. Beyond the fairy tale forest. The influence of fairy tales extends far beyond the realm of children's literature. They have inspired countless works of art, music, film, and literature. Their themes, archetypes, and motifs continue to resonate in contemporary storytelling, reminding us of the power of these timeless narratives. From the brothers Grimm to Disney, from classic literature to modern cinema, fairy tales have left an indelible mark on our collective consciousness. They have shaped our understanding of good and evil, love and loss, and the complexities of the human experience. As we continue to explore the dark origins of these beloved tales, we gain a deeper appreciation for their enduring power. They remind us that even in the darkest of times, hope, courage, and the power of storytelling can prevail. Conclusion: the darkness that endures. The dark origins of fairy tales serve as a reminder that these beloved stories are more than just whimsical tales of princesses and talking animals. They are reflections of humanity's shared history, our fears, our hopes, and our enduring fascination with the unknown. While they have been sanitized and softened over the centuries, their original darkness lingers, adding a layer of complexity and intrigue that continues to captivate audiences of all ages. The next time you delve into the world of fairy tales, remember the chilling stories that lie beneath the surface. Appreciate the journey these tales have taken from the darkness of our past to the light of our present.